looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. D.D. Westbrook to return from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Ready? Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have the 49ers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. The Niners have 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
First down, here's Mitchell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Lance looking to throw it. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Succop's kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Let's go now.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the 1st quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Returnable for Grant. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They run again on first down. Chubb. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Watson off play action. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Shot, 17. Blue check. Ready?
They'll run with Mitchell. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Right, 97. Yellow, line. Ready.
Mitchell. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 40-yard touchdown. Ty Davis-Price, his first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. The return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. See if they can do better here on this drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Watson now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
52 plus.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Ready.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Let's go. Go set. Ready.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 77 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And some room to run now. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
After the interception, here's Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 41. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. It was Jacob Phillips who was able to bring him down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Gets this one to use check. Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He was a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And Lance now to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Lance now on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sukup's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a play fake. Lance. Able to find Gray here. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Lance now on first down. This will be caught at Samuel. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. A handoff from Mitchell running left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Mitchell again, but he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown 49ers! Brandon Ayuk, a 7-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. A give running right is Chubb. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. Here's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And out of bounds right around the 20. 10 more there and another 1st down.
But look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he fires one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Michael, 3-3. Complete. Plastic, 6. Green down.
Shotgun now for Lance. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. On 1st down, Lance. And incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Yellow. White, white. Yellow, go. Red, cycle. Hut, hut.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray, 35 yards. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point try now for Succop. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the...
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
To try again after the sack. Lance. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. Lance looking to throw it. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On play action, Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Watson off play action. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it.
Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And now here's another interception. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all four quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Watson. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Watson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, and especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
It's so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room.
For me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother?